If you really want it, you gotta be it. As Ms.Blue has shared with the world, it's all about frequency. If you feel it, show it. If you want it, grow it. If you believe it, know it. It's all about frequency. If you dream it, live it. Live it. If you receive it, give it. Nothing's missing, I'm it. It's all about frequency. In the past I thought I lost it, but the truth was always near. Every scar became a teacher, every fall just brought me here. Now I'm rising with the healing, every light inside of me, not becoming what I'm chasing. I am the frequency. You feel it, show it. Show it. If you want it, grow it. Grow. If you leave it, know it. Know. All about frequency. Ask the question, how is this possible? The answer subtle, synchronicities audible. Keys unlocking, belief expanding. Frame by frame, new life commanding. No chase, no match, I embody the key. The light I own unlocks destiny. Raise my vibration, reality shifts. Every dream I desire already exists. Nothing's coming to me, no, no. Already here. When I raise my vibration, my vision is clear. Vision is clear. If you want it, grow it. If you leave it, know it. Believe it. It's all about frequency. If you dream it, live it. Give it. If you receive it, give it. No, nothing's missing. I'm it. It's all about frequency.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Welcome on in to everyone. Peace and greetings, everyone. How are you all feeling? How are you all doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome on in. Happy Saturday. At least it's Saturday where I am in the world. So I want to welcome you all in and thank you all for checking in. I want to make sure you all can hear me because it sounds like it's coming in a little, I don't know, a little different for me on my end, but I'm sure I'll get I'll definitely get used to that if I can get myself together here. But peace and greetings to everyone. Welcome on in, you guys. How are you all feeling? How are you all doing? It's a major, major shift in the air. So I brought a little bit of the sound bowl in so we can just kind of, open up the space here in a profound way. I know you all know by now what's going on in the world, and many of this are the predictions that I made for 2026. Some of them for 2025 about things happening in the water, also things about ships and smoke. And now we're seeing these things begin to kick themselves off. I will talk about them. We'll get towards the end of the show and I'll speak about it a little bit more. I've been getting phone calls ever since the wee hours of last night and early yesterday and this morning about what was happening and what was going on. I'm going to do an official show to give my take and really give an update on some more of the March energy that is happening. But for now, I want to say welcome, welcome on in. I want to greet you with higher insight. I trust that you are doing well and all is well in your world. Please let me know where you're tuning in from, like what city, what state, what continent you're tuning in from and checking in from. Good to see the Soul family in the building as well. Good to see you all in the building. Good to have you here. I'm going to ring the bell, 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 ring the bell. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Whew. Oh, yeah. So welcome on in. I wanted to come on early because I have quite a few that I'm going to be going through of the Aura Atlas blueprints. And for those of you, if this is your very first time tuning in, I want to be the first to say welcome, welcome on in. I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle, and I want to welcome you on in. And please let us know in the comments section if this is your first time tuning in or your very first time catching the live, right? And guess what? We finished. We finished. Like this, we're done. We're finished. We are finished with this first round of the Aura Atlas readings, and I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful that I was able to complete the very first set of going around. And you guys are checking in from all over. Welcome on in, Brittany Vibes. Welcome on in, Andy Hernandez. Good to see you. Welcome on in, Tanika. Welcome on in, the 144 Elite in the building. Michelle is in the building. Good to see you, Michelle. Cynthia is in the building representing Raleigh, North Carolina, one of my favorite places. That whole RTP area in the world. Welcome in. Florence is representing San Francisco, California. Good to see you. Good to see you. Sammy is in the building. Hey, Sammy. Good to see you. Good to see you, Miss Red Pepper. Good to see you. So, everyone, glad to have you on board. New Diamond in the building. Good to see you. Always New Diamond. Yeah. I finished. That's what I did yesterday. Wow. 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 Can I just say that? Wow. Ladybug representing Texas in the building. Garden Art representing Virginia Beach, Virginia. Welcome on in. Eternal Life, the Alchemist representing Arkansas in the building. Soul Reasoning MK. Welcome on in. Oh, the first live I've caught. Okay, Tony. Welcome on in. I think it's Tony. Tony OB. Welcome on in from London. London is in the building. Empress Ren is representing London. Good to see you. Good to have you in the building. Yeah. Can you feel the energy? I have my I Feel oil here, my Claire I Feel oil. And it's definitely going to require some more of this. I'm just going to have to put a little of this, just a little bit. A little bit of my Claire I Feel oil on, just a little bit. Just a little bit here. I took a little bit of liquid magic earlier. Oh, this smells divine. Yeah, we're going to have to get some more of the Know Your Magic. This is the anointing oils that me and my daughter did together, the Claire Magic. And this one is I Feel. And definitely is one of those days that I feel. And I know all of you are feeling this energy too. Hey, Tanya, welcome on in. Kim, welcome on in from New Orleans in the building. Priestess Brandy is in the house. Good to see you. Nana Brown is in the house representing Cambridge, the UK. Ah, yeah, everything has changed for the better since the eclipse. Good for you. And that is the feeling many of us can have. We're going to get into all of that stuff. We'll talk about it a little later. If we go a little long, then don't worry. I'm going to do an updated show because many of you guys have hit me up and you're like, oh my goodness, Miss Blue, when you were doing the show on Venezuela and you were talking about the waters and the boats, and for your prediction shows when you talked about things happening in the water and a boat and smoke and all of these things, and then we wake up today to hear about what's going on in the Middle East. I definitely hope that we all have take some time to send so much love out to all of the souls on planet Earth. On planet Earth. Um, this month of March, highly activated, right? And for these first 3 weeks of March, very activated. We got a lot of family members that are traveling. Many of them asked. I was so glad that they were able to get to where they were going before this, and know that they are safe. And that's what we want. We want safety for the people around the world, no matter what country they're in, and no matter where they're tuning in from, no matter what their school of thought is or, their backgrounds. We are learning some lessons here. And even though things look a little very unstable right now, and they are to some degree, there's a lot that is unfolding for a greater and a higher good. And I need all of us to hold that intention, to hold that vibration, right? Because remember, you matter, your frequency matter, your frequency counts. And so other things that are happening as well, so many things that are happening with the e-files that are coming out. And no, I'm not talking about my galactic e-files. I'm talking about the e-files that are coming out. Most of it is stuff that we already knew. Let's be honest. Many of us doing this work, we knew that there was a lot of this that was happening. And I think more than knowing, it's about the change that we have made in our lives, the change that we have made in the way that we're moving on the planet and the things that are happening in the world. We are living in a time of great disclosure. I talked about this at the end of 2025 and in my prediction show in 2026 as well. So this disclosure we knew was coming. We have left the age of Pisces, right? And that planetary energy is just sort of lifting the veil where there wasn't eyes to see. We are coming into the time of clarity. This year, the Great Awakening. Waking up is not just about understanding about your third eye and your energy centers. Waking up is really waking up to the reality of not just the lives of people who are running the government or those who are in position of power, but it's about waking up to our own lives and to who we are and how we're contributing to these things, right? So that being said, I'm ready for us to get into some Aura Atlas blueprint readings. And I want to talk about them for a little bit because this group here Yet again, another group that has a lot of things in common. It's a theme. And I want you all to see if you know the theme that is going on with this group, because they have a theme. They have a theme, a powerful theme. And officially, this first group, we are complete. When we finish this tonight, we will have completed the first round of the Aura Atlas blueprints. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that part. And I'm so excited about that because as I looked at them yesterday, I said, oh, this is probably about two or three more shows, but it's not. It's not two or three more shows. We're going to get it done here. And I'm glad that you're here. So if you have an Aura Atlas reading and you haven't had yours yet, you're here. You're in, this is your oversoul group right here. And I want to talk about that. And so also those who have already had it done, you've already had the Aura Atlas done. You've already had it done. For those of you who have already had it done, I haven't sent them out yet because I announced on the last show, I'm going to send them out together. So for those of you who paid for a digital copy, remember there is a requirement for you to email me at question4blue@gmail.com. Send me an email and let me know how did you purchase it, what name you purchased it under, whether it was Cash App or YouTube, because I have all of that information. I will be cross-referencing it, and that's how I am able to see, because chances are your name there is a little different than your name on YouTube. So I can see where to send it to because I need that. And Lola Falana is in the building. Yes, Lola, so good to see you and have you here. So I want you all to know that. Just give me a little bit of time. It's going to be there. And we will talk about that. Okay, so are we ready to get started? We are ready to get started. So we're going to get started. And let's get into it because we have quite a bit to go here. What did I just do? Oh, okay. So here we go. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you guys. I cannot tell you how well. So let's take a look at the very first one. And the first one that we're going to be doing is Michelle. Michelle. By the way, shouts out to all the dream makers, all the futuristic activation group that's in the building, the collective as well. So I want you all to take a look at this. Like, I have never seen one like this before. Look at this. And I know Michelle is in the building. And so forgive me if I talk about you like you're not here. This is going to be me just expressing, and I'm getting into the flow here. When I'm doing these Aura Atlas readings, this is how I see your energy here. And I'm going to describe it to you from that. These blueprints is really real time of what's happening, where your energy is moving, and the things that is going on. All right. So when I take a look at this Aura Atlas blueprint here, I can tell that, Michelle, that your feel is very centered, very, very, very centered. Like you have an extremely centered feel, like an extremely centered feel. And the first thing that stands out is this emerald green core. Look at that. Look at that emerald green core. You guys see that? Look how large this emerald green core is and how rich and how vibrant it is. And it's surrounded by gold. That is pure gold that you're seeing there. And it made me smile so much after I went back and looked at it, because these are, the colors of the dream maker's dreams to reality. And Michelle is in that class. And I thought, wow, no wonder you felt such a strong pulling. So when I see an aura atlas blueprint like that, this tells me this is someone who leads from the heart. This is someone who leads from the heart. This is pure heart leadership. The difference is this is not leadership in a fragile way. This tells me this is someone who leads from their heart, but not fragile. This is someone who leads in a sovereign way. Leads in a very sovereign way. Now, there is a gold halo around the green. What this shows is that this individual, Michelle, has a strong spiritual confidence. And this is what I look for when people are coming to me and I'm reading their energy. I can tell she has a very strong spiritual confidence about her. And so what this tells me is that you don't just love, you understand love. You don't just give, you have learned how to choose when to give. You see that? Look how powerful that is. And then next, underneath, I want you to see this blue structure that's sort of all the way, it's sort of forming a container around the core. This is boundaries. And these are boundaries that have been learned over years of time. And some of these first strong boundaries came in around the age of 17 years old. And this is when those boundaries really begin to form in your life. And now this is where you are with these boundaries that are here. This is emotional intelligence, and it's communication that protects the heart. It protects the heart. And so this tells me that that is your main function. How can I protect my heart center, my sacred heart? When you see someone whose aura atlas blueprint looks like this, you know that there has been many heartaches, many disappointments, but there has been great love and divine connections that has also come into place. And you can see that. You can see that. Yeah, yeah. And so one of the things that we're also going to talk about, now I want to talk about this spine. You see this? This is what I call an auric spine. Do you see this? This auric spine that's here. Look how powerful that is. It's very defined. And it alternates between the blue and the gold, the blue. This tells me that there is an alignment between your intuition and your execution. And at times, you may have a difficult time navigating when to execute based on the intuition. But it also shows me that you don't just feel things. You act on them when they're also necessary. When it's time for you to make that bold move. This is an individual who has taken bold chances and bold moves in their lives, right? So now let's take a look at these pink bursts that are here. All of these beautiful pink bursts that are here. I'm going to bring it a little closer. That's scattered throughout the field. This is emotional sensitivity. not in a chaotic way, but in a very expressive way. And this tells me that your feelings are strong, but they're not in control of who you are. So this is a soul being, Michelle, whose feelings are very strong, but they do not control them. They do not take over and control them. And so when you look at this and you see the lower branches that are spreading down and outward, you see that? This tells me that this is an extremely resourceful individual. In essence, you know how to connect the dots and you know how to build. This is a master builder energy in this blueprint. And so, Michelle, it tells me that your heart is not soft, but it is sovereign, you know? And this comes from many, many lifetimes of going through and experiencing some of the matters of the heart that you have been through in many lifetimes. And so I want to give you some activation statements here, Michelle, for you to take a look at. You can use these when you're working with your Aura Atlas blueprints. And by the way, everyone who has a digital copy, you will have an accompanied guide for how to work with your Aura Atlas blueprint. And yours is, I lead from my center. Your other activation statement is, I give without depletion, because these are things I want you to trigger within your auric field and within your unconscious. I give without depletion, and my boundaries protect my brilliance, because that's the only protection you really need. Now, I want to talk about this, and I don't know if I worded it before, but we're going to word it like this. Michelle says, Ms.Blue, spot on. I'm going to put that on the broadcast here in a minute. She says, spot on. Well, good to know, spot on. Look how beautiful that is. Like, oh my goodness. And this is some things, like I said, from past life, but I also want to talk about this from the shadow point of view. Now, you all know how I feel about that word shadow. I'm talking about shadow and self-love, meaning that we can use self-reflection and we can use introspection and healing techniques and tools to really be able to master our shadow without destruction. So that's the shadow I'm talking about. But when someone has this much heart power, and my goodness, you got a lot of heart power. I thought I had some, but whoa, this is a lot. What can happen is they can unconsciously overextend themselves, not because they're weak, but because you're capable. And so one of the things to manage is to know that the work for you is not strengthening you. You have to learn how to pace yourself, and you do not need to prove your capacity. But what you do need to do is preserve it. Preserve it. And when you protect your energy rhythm, the rhythm of your energy, this is when your leadership becomes sustainable. Okay? Also, because this heart is so powerful right here, the other thing to watch for is not to become so self-centered. And if you find that everything seems to focus on you, or if it seems like the world is against you, then I want you to look back into where are you consciously or unconsciously, I should say, overextending yourself. Because that's what's happening. That's a sign that you're overextending yourself. This is a very balanced aura. It's not chaotic. It's not scattered. It's composed, very composed. And so one of the things I also want you to do, you need to be physical, because sometimes with the aura this can pose, it can be very, very powerful. But I don't want you to suppress what you're really feeling. And so maybe screaming in your pillow at night, or maybe, working out on a standing treadmill, these kinds of things, doing some, you know, qigong or tai chi, or even taking a baseball bat, one of the things I used to give out back in the day, a plastic one, and beating your bed, right? You know, you need to make sure that energy moves throughout your body. Yeah, this is so powerful. You are someone who can hold the room without speaking loudly, just by your presence. The real evolution here is understanding that your center is enough. You don't have to overgive, you don't have to over explain, and you don't have to over carry. That's it. This is simple alignment. And then you will see that others will align around you. This is your powerful Aura Atlas blueprint, Michelle. And how powerful is that? How powerful is that? Mm-hmm. You went shopping today for some workout gear. Yes. Yeah, because you got to move this through you. So powerful. And I kept looking at this, Michelle, and I kept looking at this, and I said, what else am I picking up here? And I knew what it was immediately as soon as I came in my studio. And I'm going to show you guys. Look at this sistrum. This is from Egypt. It is the goddess Hathor. It's her sistrum. The goddess had Heru. And this was made in Egypt. And it was made the same way that they made them in ancient times. And so I've had this sistrum for many years, but look at this. Doesn't that am I tripping? You all let me know. Let me know. Am I tripping? Or does this kind of remind you of the sistrum? Look at that. Doesn't that remind you of the sistrum? That's immediately what I thought about. I thought about the sistrum. You need to get you a sistrum. You need to get you one. That. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Yes. So powerful. There you go, Michelle. There you go. Wow. Yes, wow is right. All right. So let's go to who is next. Next, we have the great, and I forgot to put this there. Yeah, you should definitely get you one. That sistrum will be very relaxing to your soul. Mine's is very relaxing to me. And yes, you see, so reason. Yes, does it hers look like the sistrum? I just was so tripped out when I seen it. I was so tripped out. Let's go to the great Xavier. The great Xavier is next. The great Xavier is next. Yeah, we want to go to the great Xavier is next. Let me put your blueprint up. I don't know if the great Xavier is here, but look at this. I want you all to take a look at this. Much like crop circles and much like sacred geometry, and even like the constellations in the sky, you can see this, or even the hieroglyphs, you can see it. This is kind of my way of drawing out energy. Look at this. All right. So the great Xavier, this is a very, this is a very commanding field. You know, the first thing that stands out is that large golden center that is surrounded by movement, but it's a structured movement, like a very structured movement. And the core, that yellow core, tells me immediately that this is solar plex authority. Like this is an old soul. Xavier is an old soul. And so this solar plex, this is about authority, will. It's about presence. This is someone that has a great presence whenever they step into a room, whenever they are around anyone. And this is someone who knows who they are, or they are in the process of stepping fully into this, right? Because this field is so alive, so alive. It's so alive. Now, look at the deep indigo and violet. It's like vertical spines that's around. This tells me that there is a inner knowing here, like a deep inner knowing that is here. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about like ego, not that kind, but more intuitive, you know, a more of an intuitive intelligence. Like this is someone, Xavier, who operates off of intuitive intelligence. This is spiritual backbone. This is a strong spiritual backbone. I wouldn't even be surprised if Xavier did not grow up in a structured spiritual home, like somewhere where there was a strong spiritual presence in their family, and whatever school of thought, whatever religion or spiritual system they connected themselves with, or in the process of connecting themselves with. And even I get a otherworldly here, like they may take a little bit of this and a little bit of that from this system, that system, this system, but it's a strong spiritual kind of backbone energy. And I want you to look at, if you guys can see, the outer ring motions, like these outer rings, these looping blues and these purples. What this does is it tells me this person has a extremely high mental activity, like the mind is lit up, very strategic, very pattern building. Xavier is not someone who moves randomly on their thoughts, on what they're doing. It may have even been a stretch for them even to reach out to have this Aura Atlas blueprint done. You know? So even when it looks chaotic, because this does, there is intention. And this is someone who can go to the edge of the mind. There's very few people on the planet that can go to the edge of the mind. Xavier is one of those that can go into the edge of the mind, and come back whole. Very few people can go to the edge of their mind and come back whole. Xavier can go to the edge of his mind and come back whole. I want you to see the black and red bursts that are scattered throughout the field. You see this? This is drive. This is all drive energy. This is hunger. This is a competitive edge. The borders around the black shows passion. And when they get locked into something, they can literally become obsessed. Obsessed. I'm talking, if they have a mission, a purpose, something they're working on, they can literally become obsessed when focused. Like that focus. But here's the nuance. All right. The energy is contained inside a circular structure. Do y'all see that? Like the center is circular structure. That means that their fire, because they have a lot of fire, it's not reckless fire. This is fire learning how to discipline itself. And so this is a person that is learning how to discipline themselves with the fire and the focus energy that they have, you know? Yeah, this is powerful. So I want to talk about this. Xavier, here. You were wired for influence. Because what happens whenever you come in the room, your energy fills the room before you do. Now, here's a challenging point for you. Your intensity can intimidate people who are not stable within themselves. And sometimes you don't recognize how strong your presence actually is. And it can piss a lot of people off because of that, you know? Your power isn't loud. It isn't loud. It's gravitational. This is magnetic here. This is some strong magnetic energy. I want to give you some activation statements, Xavier, here. And that is, I channel my intensity with precision. My leadership is structured. And my influence expands through discipline, because this is something that this soul, when I look at this aura atlas blueprint, is learning how to bring more structure into the process, more structure into this through discipline. And so here's the other thing. We're going to talk about the shadow here, because your shadow is actually controlled. You know, the shadow here is control. When someone has this much solar and stagnant energy, they can feel the need to manage outcomes, to stay ahead of unpredictability, because that's one thing this person, Xavier, is not fond of. They want to know the outcome, what's getting ready to happen, right? So the integration work is trusting that you don't have to micromanage reality to remain powerful. And it's also okay to be one of many powerful people in the room, because when you relax, your field will expand. Yeah, 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 yeah. This aura is not a passive aura. Not at all, okay? It's layered, it's strong. It has an architecture to it. But the next evolution is refinement for you. Less proving and more precision, and more actual tangible results. Because that's what this soul is looking for. Results. Okay? Results. So know that you don't just influence environments. One of the things is, when you align, your will aligns with patience. You're not just influencing the environment, you start to shape the environment. And that's your blueprint. Yeah. That's your blueprint. Wow. Okay. All right, Xavier. There you go. That's your Aura Atlas blueprint. How are we doing? I haven't been able to look at chat as much, you guys, because I want to make sure we get through these. We got quite a bit to go through. Let's go to Tamika P. I don't know if Tamika P is in the building. But Tamika P is next. Let's go ahead and get those likes up so we can let our soul family know that we are in the building. And we're going to go to Tamika P next. See if y'all can see that. See that nice and clear there. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Different. different, 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 different. Different for sure. For sure, for sure. Yeah, different. All right. All right. I don't know if Tamika is here, but we're going to see. We're going to see if Tamika is here. Welcome on in to everyone coming into the room. Tamika P. All right. This field, you guys, this field is alive. Say it with me. It's alive. And so the first thing that stood out to me was this explosion of this soft rose and pink and gold and copper movement. And it's all in this upper field. Look how it's all in the top half of the upper field here. This, when I see this, this is creative thought, right? This is, oh my goodness, someone who thoughts are so creative. This is a passionate imagination. It's a lot of passion in their imagination, as well as emotional intelligence. It's insane. Insane. This tells me that your mind, Tamika, it doesn't think in straight lines. It moves in waves. It moves in waves. This is not someone who feels first and, well, I should say that this is someone who feels first and then process. Look at that. Look at that feel there. Now look at the center. You see that? Look at these circular formations of blue, red, and green dots. That is heart activation. That is very active. Their heart, this whole field is activated with a lot of action. So this is a person who doesn't just love. Their whole life is dominated. They act on love. This is what they do. If they don't feel the love, they become like a stone, like a brick. Like they can't move. They won't be able to work. If they can't attach some sort of love to it, they can't force themselves to do it. It just won't happen for them, because love is what actually makes them move. They don't just love. They act on love. And they don't just feel, they respond. This is serious. Serious right here. I want you to look at the red pulses inside of the blue rings. You know what this tells me? It tells me about this soul, Tamika. It tells me here, this is courage. And that this is something that this soul is working to build here. The courage to be here, the courage to be present. And so you have stepped forward in a lot of situations in your life where others have hesitated. And there's been circumstances in your life where you had to step forward. You had to move yourself forward. And you're learning how to do that more, how to speak up for yourself, how to stand up for yourself, how to stand up for others, right? And so now let's look at the green. You see the green spine that's going down here, right? Down here. That strong green vertical root moving down the spine, that's grounding. And that's someone, despite the emotional intensity that is happening around them, and they've been in some highly emotional, intense environment, I wouldn't be surprised if they did not grow up in a household where there was a parent that was over aggressive, and they had to learn how, despite the emotions they were feeling, to stay anchored, to stay anchored. And they have learned how to do this. Now, I want to take a deeper look into this field here, because as I'm looking, you see these lines. These lines go all the way around, down and around and everywhere. The outer chaotic waves show me that, Tamika, most of the time, a lot of times you're overstimulated, and it doesn't take a lot for you to become overstimulated. And one of the reasons why is because you absorb a lot from your environment, and it shows here. Energetically, you are so sensitive to tones, to the atmosphere, and to mood shifts. You literally can be around a person, and even if they had a thought about something and their energy shift, you could feel it. In the atmosphere, you may be feeling very heavy from 3 days ago up until now because of what's happening in the world. Because you can literally, you're so sensitive to this, and you're sensitive to tone. If someone changes their octave of voice, and this was a lot of the training that came in from when you were a child. And again, I feel like in your household, or either someone who was one of your caregivers really had an aggressive demeanor about themselves. It could have even been a parent. And you really had to learn how to manage that. So you are emotionally intelligent, and you are creatively charged. Listen, this is this field, oh my goodness. Your energy has movement. And one thing that it does, it inspires others in such profound way. People are so inspired by you, just by your presence, when you share, when you're talking, just by your life. Now, here can be a challenge point for you. When you become overstimulated or overwhelmed, you don't regulate your nervous system. It's too much input and not enough stillness. And so I definitely would recommend a meditation practice, sitting in silence, having time alone, so that you can channel your energy. Qigong, Tai Chi, these kinds of things, yoga or Pilates, where you can embody and move this energy through your body in just a profound way. Your emotions are not chaos. They are creative currents. And look how beautiful these creative currents are. And even look at the colors of these creative currents. I'm going to give you some activation grounding statements. And yours is, I regulate my energy gently. I honor my sensitivity as strength. And my creativity flows through grounded actions. Yeah. Wow. Powerful. All right. Oh, oh, oh. We need to talk about, we'll talk about this. I'll give you this. A little bit of the shadow. I forgot about that. Again, because you feel so deeply, you think so creatively, you can have scattered focus, and it could be hard for you to focus. You can start so many things at one time and maybe not even getting around to finish them. And you do your best to try to fix the emotional atmosphere you're around. But I want you to know your integration for you is rhythm. So you have to, like I said earlier, schedule your stillness. You have to take intentional pauses, and you have to put boundaries around who and what you absorb, because you have a tendency to absorb the atmosphere. Because when your sensitivity is regulated, you are a creative genius and you become unstoppable at anything that you're creating. And so I love that. This is very expansive, your auric field, and it's very alive. Yeah. You are someone who could literally take pain and turn it into art. You can take tension into movement. Chaos, you can turn it into visions. Yeah. Your next evolution is containment. It's really that. Less reacting and more channeling. This is a natural born channeler. Channeler not just for yourself, but channeling for the world instead of absorbing, right? Don't just feel life. You can shape it. This is your blueprint. Yeah. Yeah. Powerful. Powerful. All right. Welcome on in, everyone. Let's keep going. We're going to keep going. We're going to see if we can get to all of these here. And so who do we have next? Next is Nicole M. Gills. Nicole M. Gills. Yeah. I don't know if Nicole is here. This one was so interesting, like all of them. Yeah, the return of the ancient gods. Yes, for sure. I love that for the theme for this group. Look at this one. Can y'all see that? Look at this upper field. I want you to pay attention to that. This is so fascinating to me, you guys. Look at that. Look at that. I want y'all to see that. The first thing that stood out to me was this blue and silver upper field. That's mental activity. All mental right there. That's mental activity. That's cognition. This is someone whose mind does not turn off easily, baby. That mind, that mind does not. This is a person who's very strategic, very analytical, and very observant. Nicole, you are constantly scanning your environment. Scanning. But here's the thing. I don't see chaos. I'm not picking up chaos here. I'm just picking up so many different layers of things, so many different layers of things that's coming in, like scanning their environment for all kinds of things, you know, the polarity of things. That's there. And that silver mixed in tells me that you carry heavy responsibility in your thinking. And this is someone who's not just thinking for herself. She's thinking for everyone around her, her family, her friends, her coworkers, the world. She's thinking for everyone and carrying that responsibility for thinking that. And you think for outcomes, for consequences and impacts, which is powerful. Very, very fascinating mental plane, mental field here in this auric field. Now drop down and you see that golden solar plex center. Y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Hopefully y'all can see that. Check it out. That is leadership energy here. This is confidence that is attempting to expand. Right now, as we speak, Nicole is attempting to expand her confidence. And I could see it when I just literally got the chills in the most beautiful way when I seen that. And if you look right in the center, you will see the gray. You will see that gray. And I'm going to tell you what that silver gray in the middle of that tells me, because right now this soul is in the process of expanding their leadership energy and expanding their confidence, working on their confidence. And this tells me with that gray there that there have been moments when your confidence was questioned, either externally or internally. Like there was a moment that someone made you feel as though you didn't know what you were doing. And there were circumstances that really took your confidence away and really made you feel like you were making bad decisions in your life. And you begin to question your own confidence, could you lead yourself, let alone others, internally and externally? Here's the thing, it's not that you lacked power. But it's because you second guess your own authority. Right? And we'll talk more about that. Now, let's look at these pink vertical lines here. Y'all see those pink vertical lines, that hot pink? We got to talk about these hot pink vertical lines that's going through the spine. This is suppressed emotions. These hot pink lines are suppressed emotions, intense emotions that have been suppressed. And it's intense. See that hot pink? Very intense. Because, Nicole, you feel deeply. But most of your reaction is internally. You don't always express outwardly. Very few times do you express outwardly how deep you really feel. And so there's a lot of suppressed emotions here, and it's pretty intense. I want you all to also take a look. You see those black hash marks going through? You'll see that? This tells me that this soul does a lot of self-editing. This is you stopping yourself mid-conversation from expressing yourself. You do a lot of editing, a whole lot of editing. All right. Now, this I found profound. You guys see the red, black, and green? See these red patches of these red, black, and green. These red, black, and green here tells me there is lots of ancestral energy carried in your auric field. Lots of ancestral energy around here. This red, this black, and this green clusters in the lower field. This is stored emotion. This is stored ancestral patterns, right? These are cycles that repeat whenever you don't feel like you are fully heard or being seen. These are patterns that have been repeating themselves. These are emotions, ancestral, through the bloodline, through the family line, through the lineage. See, the auric field is intelligence. And yours is intelligence and strong and also capable, but it's so guarded. It's so guarded here. I want you to know that you are not too much, because I feel like you've been told that by somebody. You are contained power, learning how to stop shrinking yourself to make others feel good. But you're not too much. It's powerful. Now, I want to give you some activation grounding statements. Here we go. I trust my authority, and I express without apology, and my voice is safe to be heard. And I want you to look at this. I want to talk about a little bit of the shadow here, the challenge. When someone is this mentally active and this emotionally deep, they learn early to regulate themselves for the comfort of others. So there is some people-pleasing energy here. But constant regulation of doing this turns into self-restriction. This integration is allowing yourself to speak before you perfect it, speaking truly from your heart, and also allowing yourself to feel before you analyze it. This is your work. And allowing yourself to exit without managing everyone else's comfort. If you're ready to leave, leave. If you don't want to do it anymore, don't. Because I want you to know that your blueprint is not quiet leadership. It is embodied leadership in a profound way. Nicole, when I look at this, it tells me your field is evolving. It tells me the mind is strong and the center, baby, is waking up. That center is waking up and expanding. Your emotional spine is ready to release. And when you stop editing yourself mid-sentence, your life is going to change. Yeah, your life is going to change. When you can stop editing yourself, your life is going to change. When you can start telling the truth and stop hiding, your life is going to change. That's the activation. This is your blueprint. There you go. There you go, Nicole M. Gills. There you go. There you go. All right. All right. All right. Whew. Let's keep going. I don't know. Was Nicole in the building? I don't know if Nicole was in the building. I don't know. I don't know if Nicole was in the building, but if Nicole was in the building, yeah, let's see. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. This is Gloria A. Lewis. Gloria A. Lewis. Let's see if Gloria A. Lewis was in the building. Asia said that was fun. Yeah, these are incredible. I want you all to tell me once we get done, you can let me know what all of these groups y'all feel have in common. Let's see if we can see the theme through all of the readings that we are doing here tonight. We can see the theme. Let's see if Gloria A. Lewis is in the building. That's the name I have. I'm not sure what their name on YouTube is, but let's go to this one. Let's go to this one. Can y'all see that? Look at that. This has ancestral energy written all over it. This is ancestral here. Feels so ancestral. The first thing that comes through is depth. This isn't surface, not scattered. This is someone who has lived and learned and carried and observed a lot. This is someone who has lived, they have learned, they have carried a lot. Yeah. But interesting enough, Gloria has quiet authority here. This is strong energy here, but it's very quiet authority here. This is not out front kind of performative leadership. This is embodied. When I am looking at this Aura Atlas blueprint, I get a sense of a strong earth energy and a lot of heart tones in this field. And what that tells me is that compassion. This is a very compassionate person. And they're anchored in that compassion and in wisdom. This is someone who feels deeply. I'm talking about deep feelings, but has learned how to stabilize those feelings instead of letting them destabilize her. Now, something else I see here, and I see it sometimes, but she has a spiritual crown that is present. This is lived spirituality. This is practical spirituality. This is the kind that moves through daily life. Very spiritual person here. Very spiritual. Now, here's where it gets interesting. I can feel that this is a person who holds back with a lot of restraint. Gloria is a soul who knows so much more than she says. And she also holds more than she ever reveals. She recognizes that her vulnerability is something that needs to be protected carefully. And I looked a little deeper into this energy, and it wasn't out of weakness, but out of real discernment. thing that I will say, because I see this often when I'm drawing out auric fields, is that sometimes discernment can turn into isolation. And we'll talk about that. But Gloria, your softness is backed by strength. And your strength no longer needs to hide. And this is where you are right now. I'm sure it's one of those reasons you were curious about getting the Aura Atlas blueprint, because you're ready for that. You're ready for that. Yeah. Here is your activation statement for grounding. I allow myself to be supported, and I do not have to carry everything alone to know this. And my wisdom flows with ease. I want to talk about the shadow side of this, of just this energy, and you all know how I feel about that. The shadow side is self-love is the new shadow work. But the shadow here is emotional self-sufficiency. Because when you are the strong one, the wise one, the grounded one, a lot of people lean on you. And you have a lot of people leaning on you right now. And over time, you stop leaning back. So right now, your soul is looking for reciprocity and letting others show up for you and letting yourself receive without proving your worth first, because you've been in circumstances where you had to prove that you were worthy first. And because your blueprint is not just about your leadership, that isn't it. It's about your legacy. And legacy doesn't isolate itself. It multiplies through connection. And so right now, this is the frequency that you are stepping into. Your auric field says you are a stabilizer. And everyone around you know that you are a stabilizer. But the next evolution is not more strength, it is expansion. Expansion through softness, expansion through vulnerability, expansion through being seen. And I want you to know, Gloria, when that happens, you don't just guide others. You start to magnetize alignment, alignment that is loving, alignment that is respectful, alignment that is protective, and alignment that is filled with abundance. That's your blueprint. That's your blueprint. Your Aura Atlas blueprint. There you go, Gloria. I really enjoyed all of these. I have loved. I have loved and loved and loved. And I sat with them all night long. I even took them and put them on, one of my sacred tables and just, oh my goodness, went into a deep meditation and just sort of channeled all of that energy out of it. It was so beautiful. All right. So next. Yeah, for Gloria, now it is just time for a lighter leadership. You've carried enough. And that just came back on me real heavy. You have carried enough. Your next chapter is about expansion without the heavy emotional weight. All right. Yeah, I had to get that in there. Okay, so next we got Shakira L. Shakira. Hopefully Shakira is in the building. Let's see if Shakira is in the building. You guys, let me tell you, one day, and maybe we'll do this if anyone is interested, I'm going to pull out my notebooks for the last 20 years that I've been doing this and share it with you guys so y'all can so y'all can see the evolution of how I've been drawing your auric fields out. Let's see if Shakira is in the building. And by the way, welcome to everyone who is joining us. Yeah, welcome on in. Yeah, I get them in my head, and I have to get them out. So here is Shakira. Look at this. Look at this. Look at Shakira's. Shakira. Look at that. Can y'all see that? I don't know if I can pull it up. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. Can y'all see that? Look at that. Now, Shakira, this is, yes, Michelle, wow is right. This is a this field is highly intuitive. This is a highly intuitive field. The first thing that commands the attention is this large green eye in the center. Do y'all see that? That's perception. That's awareness. This is someone who sees beneath the surface. This is an individual who sees beneath the surface. You feel energy before words are spoken, and you can sense shifts before anything happens. Hasn't even happened. I'm sure you're having a lot of deja vus right now, Shakira. This is intuitive intelligence, okay? Now, surrounding, I want you to see those pink swirl, that feel. This is emotional complexity. Again, you don't feel in straight lines. This is a person who doesn't feel in straight line. They feel in layers. And sometimes that can feel overwhelming because they feel in layers there, you know? And above, we have the gold and coral waves. Do y'all see that gold and pink coral waves that are there? That's creativity. That's vision. That's a crown level imagination. This person, Shakira's imagination, is off the Richter scales. Yeah. Ideas flow so quickly. Their ideas come in like this. This is how fast their ideas are coming in. And then you see those red that look like scattered droplets that are there. This is passion. And it's also emotional triggers. So these are some emotional triggers. And Shakira's emotional triggers are when someone dismisses you, when you are misunderstood, or you feel like you were energetically crossed. That's a major trigger. Strong passion that is here. Now, if we drop down to this lower field here, you see that blue grid and the green dots and the diamond shapes. What this tells me is that you desperately are trying to ground yourself. And you're building structures around your sensitivity because this is a highly sensitive being And you're learning how to stay stable while still stay connected to your intuition. And you're doing this in real time. Maybe even as we speak when you're watching this. But these are the things that you've been working on in the last couple of years. Really trying to ground yourself and to build some sort of structure around your sensitivity. You are learning how to stay stable and still staying intuitive at the same time. That is growth. There is balance needed here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. So the red dots are the triggers. And when you get triggered, that's what ungrounds you. When you feel dismissed, misunderstood, or energetically crossed. Yeah. Yeah. This is real growth because it's proof that you are doing your work. It's proof that you are doing your work. And you don't just see what is, you also see what's coming. You can see what is coming. I'm going to give you some grounding affirmations. These are activation statements, Shakira, that you can use. And number one, my intuition is clear. My emotions are information, not chaos. I am grounded and perceptive. And that can be a tricky balance, especially for any of us who has awakened our consciousness. We are grounded until something triggers us, and then it becomes a slippery slope on when to trust our intuition. Is it coming from that, or trying to ground ourselves to make sure we're in a balanced state? So let's talk about some of the shadow integration that needs to happen here. Shakira, is that sometimes you can become emotionally overstimulated. And when you're this intuitive, your nervous system can carry more than it should. So the integration of boundaries have to be in place. Not walls, boundaries. So you have to choose when to engage, choosing what to absorb, and choosing who gets access. All right? Your blueprint is not about dimming your perception, but it's about learning how to refine it. And this is where you're working at. And so, Shakira, Shakira, Shakira. This aura says you are awakening into precision. Your sight is strong. Your creativity is active. Oh my goodness. And your grounding is improving. Yeah. So when you trust your intuition without letting it run your nervous system, that's when you become powerful. Not reactive, but powerful. All right. This is your blueprint. Whew. Now that was an intuitive activation here. Listen. I love it. All right. Let's go to Myra Ara. Myra Ara. I don't know if she's still here, but let's see. Myra Ara. See if she's here. How we doing? We doing all right? Oh, we're almost done. We're almost done. We're almost done. I'm so excited, you guys. We are almost done. Myra Ara. All right. Are we ready? Let's go to Myra Ara. Let's see. Look at that. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? I don't know if y'all can see that. Can y'all see that? Hey, D-Ray. Good to see you, sister. Look at that. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Oh, Myra R is here. She said, I'm here. Electromagnetic butterfly. Oh, and here we go. Here we go. Myra. Now, this field is layered. Look how layered this field is and powerful. So the first thing that stands out to me is that triple vertical alignment. Do y'all see that? Blue at the base, red in the center, green above, and then blue at the top. Listen, 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 listen. This Aura Atlas blueprint tells me that this is someone moving through levels of consciousness. And we got to break this down because this is a soul that is moving through levels of consciousness. Let's talk about this deep blue at the bottom. Deep blue. Wasn't that a movie, Deep Blue? But this deep blue at the bottom, this is emotional depth. Intuitive, right? Myra is a soul that feels beneath the surface. You know? It's a deep feeling that moves beneath the surface, like deep beneath the surface. I'm talking soul level beneath the surface. This is how deep the emotional depth goes through the intuition. So it's the emotional depth and the intuition that is going beneath the surface. And I want you to recognize where this is in adjacent. It's at the bottom half of the auric field. You see that? Now we move into the red with the black streaking. You see the red there with the black streaking? This is willpower. This is an individual that has strong willpower, that has defied the odds in many different ways. I wouldn't even be surprised if when this person was born, they were either born as a preemie or they came into this world with some sort of condition or some sort of challenge very early in their life. Because this is strong willpower. This is survival energy, right? This is some lived experience at this point in her life. This is a very lived soul. This is an individual that has been through the fire. You understand? And I'm not talking symbolic fire. I'm talking about a real fire. This is a person who has been through a real life fire. And they carry that strength in their core, in the essence of who they are. They carry it in the core of who they are. Now, above that, the green spear, she says, indeed. Listen, y'all, we're going to put that on the screen. I love it when you guys are present. Yeah. Woo, I'm telling you. So let's go to the green. And I want y'all to take a look at this. You see the green with these radiating green lines. This is the heart's expression. And this is healing energy. This is the growth that came after the fire. And I keep hearing that song, to the fire, through the fire, then I live into it all. You know that? This is the healing energy and the growth that came after the fire. Now, at the top, you see another blue. And I want you to understand that because this blue here, this is a higher awareness. So this tells me that Myra has a higher awareness that even, and I say this respectfully, she has not grown into yet. This is a higher awareness. It's reflective, but it is wisdom formed from experience. You understand? This is wisdom formed from experience. And now I want us all to go to the top of the page here. You see the blue lightning, like waves with that bronze band going underneath. You see that bronze band that's going underneath. Okay, let me tell you what this is. This is a whole lot of mental activity, meeting groundedness. So she has a heavy mental mind. But through the growth and through her work, she's learned how to ground that. But this is a soul who thinks a lot, that processes a lot. And you're trying to anchor it into something stable, not just having random thoughts, just useless. Myra really wants to anchor these thoughts and build things, do things, create things, all of that. That's profound. You'll see two small triangles on the side. I don't know if you guys can see those two small triangles. Can y'all see them? Can y'all see them? See those two small triangles? That's balance attempting to form. This aura is not passive. It's transformative. This is extremely a transformative aura. And I want you to know this is confirmation for you, Myra. You didn't just survive the fire. You built power from it. And that's real alchemy. And I can look at your Aura Atlas blueprint and tell that that's what you've done. I'm going to give you some activation grounding statements. My experiences strengthen me. My heart expands safely. And I rise without losing myself. Now, we're going to talk about the shadow side of it here. When someone has been through intense experiences, and I can see this from this blueprint, they become resilient. The shadow here is a guarded strength, okay? And when souls like this become so resilient, their resilience can turn into armor. And so the integration is softening without losing their power. And so for Myra, it's allowing support without surrendering control. Because this blueprint says that you are evolving from survival into pure sovereignty. This is the blueprint of someone who is evolving from survival mode into sovereignty. The other profound thing that I see in your blueprint, Myra, this Aura Atlas blueprint says that you're in a new chapter. This is a new chapter for you. The fire is no longer defining you. But what is defining you is your growth, your wisdom, your expansion. And so when you align your heart plus your power, you become unstoppable, but in a very, very calm way. Yeah. This is the Phoenix field here. And this is your blueprint. Woo. Powerful. Powerful, powerful, powerful. We got to talk about that fire one day, because that's serious. Wow. Wow. Just when you thought you knew, you had no idea. Y'all remember that from MTV Cribs? No wonder your online name is Electromagnetic Butterfly. You embody that in such a beautiful and profound way. Wow. All right. Yeah. Y'all was taking me out with these. Listen, all of them. And so next we have Lola Falana. Yeah, Lola. Yeah, Lola. Yeah, Lola. We have Lola Falana. You ready, Lola? Oh my goodness. You guys, I have fell passionately in love with doing these, and they have been such a joy. Yeah, it almost makes me overly emotional when I think about them. Because for years, I've been doing your blueprints, and only I seen them. And I do remember the very first time I showed it to someone, they asked me, Ms.Blue, when you're drawing out my energy, let me see it. It may still be somewhere floating on the internet. And I put it up and they laughed. They laughed at me. They said, what is that? I said, this is how I see you. Yeah, and I didn't show them again for a very, very long time. I made some digital ones, and this is why I tell you guys to listen to when your spirit drops in, because I kind of felt a little intimidated of showing when I'm drawing out your aura again, because I'm not an artist in that way. I just know what I see and what I pick up. And so when this came back up again, I kind of sat with it for a while because I wasn't sure, like, you sure you want to, you sure, no, you sure you want to dip back out there and do these again? Well, thank you. I decided to dip back out there and do them again. And I thank you all for being open to hearing and just seeing how I see you in such a beautiful way and how receptive you all are as well. But of course, that's why we soul family. I'm sure y'all feel the same way. So that's a good thing. So here we go. Lola. Ooh, I was shaking on this one. I said, whoa. I was shaking on all of them from From number 1 to this one, I've been shaking on them. Hey, Griffin. Griffin said the art is absolutely beautiful and cosmic, Ms. Blue. Listen. Listen, 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 listen. Coming from a real artist, Griffin, I definitely thank you, Griffin. Yeah, one of the baddest artists in the cosmos, in our Milky Way galaxy, is Griffin. That's Hugh Williams. Okay, so here we go, Lola. Here we go, Lola. You're so welcome, Zen. Here we go, Lola. Look at this. Y'all, look. Are y'all ready for this? Look at this. Look at this. Looks like something out of the I Ching. Look at this. I want y'all to just take a look at that. So, Lola. This field is solar. I felt like the sun itself was gleaming on me when I seen this. The first thing that commands attention is that massive red and gold sun at the top that is surrounded by that very vibrant pink. You see that? The pink extensions. And I want you to know that is life force. That is warmth. This is someone who presence fills the whole room. And I remember one time having this conversation with Lola Falana, and I told her, I can tell when you're not here. I can literally feel your presence when you enter the room. This is a solar blueprint here. I want you to take a look at that gold ring around the red center. What that tells me when I see it in a blueprint, it tells me that confidence is natural to you. It's natural. Confidence, or at least it wants to be. You're not someone who's meant to live small. This is presence. This is presence, divine presence. You are not meant to live small. Those pink radiant trindles, or whatever you want to call it, that's hard energy here that is extending outward. And what that tells me is that you give and you give and you give and you pour and you pour and you show up emotionally in a profound way. This is a giver. This is a person of service. This is a person who shows up emotionally. Now, let's drop down into the center. There is a small white bloom beneath the sun, and it's connected to that gray stem. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see if I can get that up and see it there. There it is. You can see it. See it. This tells me something very tender, Lola. Beneath your strength, there is a softness. There's also a very private vulnerability here. And it also tells me, you see those white dots? that there is purity in your intention. This is, we always say that when someone, is doing something, they have good intentions, but it is showing up in your auric field. It shows you have such pure intentions. Now, look at the black there, the black circular nodes. Those nodes there, along with those vertical axles that's coming down. One near the top and one at the base. This represents grounding and boundaries that you had. The ones you've had to incorporate in your life and the ones that you were born with. You are very warm and expressive. I can pick this up in your blueprint, but you also protect yourself more than people realize. That lower field where the green vines are, I want you to see that green vines and the purple petals that are scattered throughout. This tells me about your growth. You have spent much of your adult life relearning, regrowing, re-understanding, and really tapping back into some of your childhood creativity. Because I can see the growth, I can see the abundance and that creative energy of life that is moving in multiple directions within your life and the things that you're working on now to really bring more of that energy. This is your rebirth season that you're in, but it's also very complex because you're juggling a lot and you hold a lot for yourself, a lot for people you love and you care about, friends, and even the world. So there is a complexity here in everything that you have going on. And I want you to see those little red drops. I don't know if you can see those little red drops near the bottom. Those are emotional triggers. Moments where you've had to process more than you let anyone else know of what was going on in your life. There is a sense of charismatic aura energy here, but it's really layered upon layered on top of emotions. But I want you to know, despite all the work that you have done, you were born with this light. And now you're learning how to expand it even more. And your light is not accidental. In fact, Lola, your light is your assignment. Yeah, this is your assignment here. And I know you feel that very deeply in a profound way. And this is one of the reasons why, looking at your aura, I can tell you love being of service. I want to give you some activation grounding statements. And that is, I shine without shrinking. My warmth is my strength. And I protect my energy with grace. With grace. Now, that is important for those activation statements because now we're going to talk about some of the shadow aspects here. And one of them is overgiving. When someone, and I'm looking at a blueprint like this, when someone carries this much solar energy, people are drawn to them. They want to be around them. They want to be connected with them. They want to be in their presence. And what tends to happen sometimes when a soul has and carries this much solar energy. Mm, mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. People want to be in this energy and in this light, and sometimes they take from it. So this is where integration is selective access, and it's about learning who should have access to you. Who do you give access to, and what do you give access to your energy? Because you're not meant to dim your sun. You're meant to choose who stands in its warmth. Yeah. Powerful. Wow. So Lola, your aura is, oh my goodness, it is so powerful and magnetic and so nurturing. I want you to know that this new season rebirth you're in, it's about balance. Radiant, but replenished, right? For you to lead, but also rest. For you to shine, but also protect. I want you to know when your solar light is aligned and it is contained, you are unstoppable, completely unstoppable. And this is your blueprint. The boundaries aren't about other people, they are about you. The boundaries are where you won't let your thoughts go, where you won't let your light go before it happens. This is a powerful. Yeah, this is a powerful blueprint. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Wow. And that is your Aura Atlas reading for Lola Falana. All right. Woo. My goodness. All right. How we feeling? We are done. We are done. We are done. We are done. We are done with the first round. Now, let me tell you all this. There were some of you who actually paid after I closed it out, and you sent your money and emails anyway. And I'm so grateful for that. You will be amongst the first once we open up for the second round. And so I want to talk about that for just a moment, you guys. And I'll let you know, I'll be announcing when we're going to do the second round. Yeah, the second round. When we're going to go through and do the second round, I will talk about that. But I want to talk about, so these are all of them, and we can go through these really, really quick. You feel great. I captured you. Yes. And it was such an honor, Lola, for each of you guys. Listen. So where's my little, let me see. No. Is this it? No. Hold on. No. Hold on. No. I'm looking for something, you guys. Don't get it. No. That's definitely not it. Mm-mm. Hold on. We're going to go through some things. Hold on. Here we go. right. Wow. What a journey. Ah, what a journey, you guys. What a magnificent journey. I am, listen, 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 listen. This first run, amazing, beautiful, and truly honored. I want to make sure, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, Lola said it best. I love that. We are all made of greatness. We really are. And I want to say thank you to you guys for entrusting me with doing this. I think I have, reignited my love. Many of you remember the class about chemistry, color chemistry. And my first love of coming into consciousness was through the aura, was through the auras. Yeah, I'm going to take a break. For sure, I am. I'm going to take a break before I do the next ones. But I do have the list of names of individuals who paid afterwards. So when we do the next session, if anyone is interested, you will be able to get it. Now, what's going to happen next? Everyone who had their aura readings here, you will receive a digital copy of your aura reading. I'm trying to get, Baby Blue is helping me. And so we want to make sure we get a good copy so you can have a digital copy of this. Plus, you're going to get accompanied a blueprint, a Aura Atlas blueprint guide of how to use your Aura Atlas, some suggestions for you. I think it's going to be pretty intuitive for most of you, and you're going to know how to use it. And, there is no wrong way, whatever you want to do with it. And then I'm also going to share with those of you who have the Aura Atlas and you didn't request to have a digital copy, you can always screenshot it here and you can definitely come back. And I'm going to talk to you about some of the ways that you can use your Aura Atlas blueprint. You can use it like looking at the hieroglyphs or looking at sacred geometry. And I want you to see what you pick up from your aura. You heard my interpretation of your field, but I want you to know that this is alive. These aura atlas blueprints are alive. And so you take them with you into meditation. Maybe screenshot it, put it on your phone, or have it on your desktop. And when you're working, you can have it there. When you're doing journaling, maybe have a copy printed out next to you. When you're doing some copy, doing some writing, and write down what you're channeling. See how you feel about it. You can use them as healing sigils, and you can simply use your dominant hand, place your hand on it, and send light and energy into the Aura Atlas blueprint of yours. And so that you can send energy into it, and it will help to unlock things. We know that colors, our whole world is made of colors, frequencies, vibration, right? And so colors are magical. And there's been a lot of studies through science, psychology, and quantum physics that will speak about colors, because colors are just another way of interpreting a sacred language called the binary code or light code or energy. And it works through the process of entrainment. And so when you look at these colors and look at this energy, it is sending messages through us, and you can decode that for what it personally means for you. What it means for you when you're looking at this, when you're seeing this, when you're looking at your aura, and what is it that you're picking up? What do you feel? You can charge it up. So if you have a project that's coming up, or something that you're working on, or something you need to get done, you can charge these up. When we are dealing with the moon energy, you can place it in a windowsill so it can charge up with the light of the moon, or charge it with the light of the sun. and then see what energy you're picking up from it when you begin to work with it. If there's something on your physical body that you need to heal or draw energy into it, you can send intention into your auric field and then you can take them. I did this in my color chemistry class and gave them, sort of things they could print out and you can place them on your body and see how you feel. I know you're going to be able to pick that up because I pick it up and it's you guys' auras and you guys are just here. Look at all of the soul family that's just looking at this. It's sparking something inside of you. And I promise you, each time you work with it, it will spark and ignite something different. Remember, these are tools, this Aura Atlas blueprint. The magic is coming from you. Everything is centered around you. You are the magic that is bringing this to life in a very, very profound way. So I truly cherish this. I hope that you all cherish this again. You see another workshop coming, Griffin? Listen, with all the artists we have, we definitely need to get together and do something. We could really get some real creative things going for sure, for sure, for sure. So yeah, you guys, this was so fun. So you're going to get that. If you sent the additional pay, I'm going to start sending them out. Probably give me a couple of days. So by next week, these will all be sent out. And then I'm going to give myself some time. It was a very, very wise brother here that said, Ms. Blue, you need to take a break. And they're absolutely right. And I love how you guys look out for me and you love me as well. That's what a soul family does. We keep each other, in alignment. Because sometimes I can be, I just want to do it all too, Color, your motto is color me beautiful. Yes, I love that. So I want you all to just have fun with them because I certainly did. I had so much fun doing them and I could just feel the energy in my house when I left them laid out. And I woke up this morning, it's like everything was like, shh, like, oh my goodness, the vibration, the frequency, just so charged up. So it's so many things that you can do with it. And I know that you will cherish these and be able to work with them. And I would love for you to come back and definitely come underneath the show, maybe where your Aura Atlas blueprint is, and share your thoughts on your takeaway from it as well. I would love to hear that. And then if you all have your Aura Atlas, remember, and you did secure your spot to have a copy of the blueprint, please make sure you email me at question4blue@gmail.com. Okay. Send it to me here at questionforblue@gmail.com. Yes, and I will be doing more because you guys love this so much. So give me a little bit of time, but I will be doing more. You're so welcome, Miss Red Pepper. And I, each one of you, I could say something so unique. It's so much that I had to literally kind of pipe down because I wanted to give it would have been a full hour reading for each one of you guys. I could really go deep, but I wanted us to have something for this time and this moment. And so I listened to that nudge and it was a beautiful one. Okay, you're emailing me now? You're emailing me, yes. So if you secured yours for a digital copy, definitely email me to tell me where to send the digital copy. And also tell me what name you paid under, especially if it's YouTube or Cash App, because that name may be very different than the email you're sending me. And that's certainly okay. Just don't make me have to use all of my intuitive powers to try to get it to you. Help me out a little bit, okay? Thank you. You guys love the colors. They're so vibrant. Listen, that's all right. I know the more that, see, last time I stopped doing them, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. And I want you all to know that if you paid afterwards, after I said it was closed, but you took a chance on yourself and you went ahead and sent that anyway, that is not lost. I certainly am going to honor it. And I am going to do it when we do the next round. When we do the next round. So, yeah. I missed your reading. You sure I missed your reading? What name did you pay under? If you feel that I missed you, because listen, things are possible. Remember, I'm not Amazon Prime. I definitely do my best, but I'm not Amazon Prime. And so, certainly it's not my intention to miss you. But if you feel that I miss you and you were in that original group before we closed and you have your name, please tell me. Also, know that there's probably about 4 shows. So go through all the shows and make sure you didn't just miss when I did yours, because I didn't do them all tonight. I only did some tonight. I didn't do them all tonight. So please go back and definitely and check. But if you are missed, don't worry, I will get you. So if you feel like I did miss you, you sent me an email. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Artist is the future. Somehow I feel like I did yours already, but let me see what name you're under. No, you're not missed. Your payment came in afterwards. I have you. I have your name, Curtis Cooper. You're not missed. You're going to go with the next group because I had already stopped taking them when your payment came in. And trust me, I did it in the order it was received. So I promise you. Oh, thank you. You love my interview with Killer Priest. One of your favorite hip hop artists. Yeah, that brother is amazing. Him and the brother Knowledge Born Ali. Thank you so much. I had so much fun. I had fun over there. I really enjoy them. Those are some incredible brothers, both doing some incredible work. And, I'm sure that we're going to have some more things going on in the future as well. I enjoyed that share. I'm glad. Thank you guys for everybody who went over there to check it out and support on the Brother Killer Priest platform with the Brother Knowledge Born Ali, which I've been on Brother Knowledge Born Ali's show about 4 times. Yeah, 4 times I've been on his show. Yeah. Yeah, so I have you to the brother artist future. I have you. So you will be with the next group because it came in afterwards. Yes. Yeah. Beautiful. Listen, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. But this was so much fun. And yeah, such a joy. So much fun. I love you all. Let's have an amazing day. I think it's warranted. And are my dream makers in the building? I think today is a good day. I was going to talk about what's going on in the world in the prediction show, but I'm going to save that. Maybe I'll come on tomorrow. We'll do something special because I want to keep this Aura Atlas blueprint energy right here. And I'll talk about it, some of the predictions that I made for 2026 that's happening as we speak. I'll talk about that a little later. But where are my, let me ring the bell for my dream makers. Where's my dream makers? Yeah, there's the dream maker, Michelle. There's the dream makers. Okay, you guys. I think this is a good show that we close out with the dream makers. And did anyone guess sort of the theme for, and there's Asia, where's the dream makers? Yes, the dream makers are in the building. There they go, the dream makers. What do you think the theme was for everyone who had their Aura Atlas reading was tonight? What do you think their common theme? So, the last couple of shows I've been sharing with you guys, like they all kind of have sort of some soul connection. What do you think theirs was? If there was a theme tonight, What do you think it was? I want you guys to put it down in the comments. I want to see what y'all come up with the theme. So if you could say this group had something in common, what was the thing that this Aura Atlas Blueprint group had in common? Because there was a common theme. So all of the dream makers, Griffin, Brittany, everyone, Asia, Michelle, everybody said, okay, we can do this. We're going to close out with the Dream Makers, our class theme song. And by the way, they are putting in that work, and they are, Sal says, stepping into divine authority. I like that. I'm not going to reveal it yet, but that right there is a good one. That's an amazing one. Ancestors and big heart. Okay. I see y'all. You have it. Okay. 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 Gratitude. Okay. I see it. Yeah, so put that in the comments. And Anubis said growth and mastery. All right. Okay. I see you guys. I see y'all. Wow. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, so we're going to get out of here. We're going to play Dream Makers because I know everyone here is a dream maker. Let's be good to ourselves, be good to others. And definitely we want to send love and light into the world, and as well as us to continue to keep following our dreams. Michelle says builders, authority, and emotion. Another good one. Asia says embodiment of intuition. Wow. Wow. Brittany Vise said, I'm picking up on a lot of sovereignty, confidence, and ancestral energy. Another good one. Centeredness. Yeah. Okay. New beginnings, sovereignty, electromagnetic butterfly. Okay. Okay. You want to hear the song? Lola said, I want to hear the song. Ms.Blue, how to get a Andy, where you been, Andy? I'm going to open it up again real soon, Andy. And when I do, that's when you guys will know that it's time that you can put in for another Aura Atlas reading. Andy said, listen, forget all that. When can I get mines? So I will be doing it. Just give me a little bit of time. I need to finish closing these out and take care of a few more things, and then I'll do it. So give ourselves a little bit of time here. We got some work to do for these next couple of weeks. The energy, say less. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. I've already put it in my prediction show. So if you guys want to be tuned in, if I come on tomorrow, more than likely I will. Go back, listen to the prediction show of 2025 and 2026. If you can only listen to one, listen to 2026, and it's going to make sense about what's happening right now, what's going on in real time on the planet. This is something that I've seen coming ahead of time. But more than just talk about it, we're going to talk about how we can make a difference in this world and how we can shift some of this energy, because I see some big things coming, and I really want the collective family to sort of help raise our lights, which in turn will help raise the light of those that are around us, for something that may be coming in about 2 weeks here to the U.S. Some key points, some key cities. One is Washington, D.C. Listen, we're not going to get into it. Not right now. And a lot of things in the air. So we'll need to talk about that. But for now, we're going to stay in this energy here. And we're going to recognize that we are the dream makers. And because we are the dream makers, so what that means is that we can make dreams come true. And I'm not just talking about dreams in our own personal lives, but I'm talking about dreams in the world. Because that was my intention when I created Dream Makers. When I wrote that song, it was for the class, but then beyond the class, it was for all the dream makers on the planet. And right now, there are people in other parts of the world that don't want no part about what's happening. And so the more that we can stand strong in our frequency and raise our light, we can help assist others to find their own true light. Okay? All right. Here we go. Are we ready? I love this song so much. Here we go. All right, you guys. And forgive me. I'm going to be a little extra right now. I'm feeling it. Here we go.
I had a vision in the quiet of my mind. Late nights, big dreams, perfect time and divine. They said be patient, I said watch me move. Every step I take is something I choose. I was praying for a sign, then I became one. Turning pressure into diamonds, yeah. I make them shine, I don't chase, I align. Now the stars falling in line. I was dreaming with my eyes wide open, heart steady, soul fully spoken. What I see is already real. I can feel it, yeah, I feel it. I'm a dream maker. I turn vision into form. What I touch, I transform. I don't wait, I create. I'm a way maker. From the spark to the flame, I'm remembering my name. This is purpose, this is power. Dreams to reality now. I walk through fire and design of faith. Kept my crown on straight, never lost my grace. Every setback set me up just right. Every lesson taught me how to rise. I don't need permission, I don't need applause. I got rhythm in my spirit, I move with the laws. What's for me comes easy, comes clean. I don't force a thing, I be. I was dreaming, now I'm standing in it. Every move intentional, I'm commanding it. What I see is already real. I can feel it, yeah, I feel it. I'm a dream maker. I turn vision into form. What I touch, I transform. I don't wait, I create. I'm a way maker. From the spark to the flame, I'm remembering my name. This is purpose, this is power. Dreams to reality now, yeah. This ain't luck, this alignment. This ain't hope, this embodiment. I don't follow energy, I generate it. I don't chase the future, I activate it. Slow breath, steady hand. I'm exactly where I am. Every dream knows mine, and it answers when I stand. I'm a dream maker. Watch me build it from the soul. Every vision made whole. This is mine, this is faith. I'm a dream maker. I was born for this time. Every step is divine. Every step is divine. This is purpose. This is power. Dreams to reality From vision to form, from dreamer to creator. From vision to form, from dreamer to creator.
Oh my goodness. It never gets old. I'm a dream maker. I turn visions into form. I'm a dream maker. I don't want you all to forget that. You're all dream makers. You are turning your vision into form. Yeah. I love you all so much. Shouts out to all the dream makers in the building. And I will see you all back here soon in the frequency. Peace and love. Ciao.